She'll ask you lots of questions to find out who you are, to make you feel like a star. She doesn't care if you animate on the ones or the twos. She just wants to get to know the real you. Oh, yes to that. The animator's friend, she's with you to the end. She'll be your new best friend. After cocktails and coffee, the conversation is so carefree. She doesn't care if you animate on the ones or the twos. Just sit back, relax, and time will fly by. Here we go.
I think that the first thing that I wanted to say was that, I'm doing all this animation research right now.
Yeah.
And I have been watching every single Disney feature film that I can find up until a certain point. And I went into today feeling like if I never see another like Disney movie in my life, it'll be too soon. Because just like, I think that, obviously Disney is really hyped,
Yes.
and, in some respects, rightfully so, but there's also a lot of crap. So today, seeing 101 Dalmatians is what we did. We went to Metrograph to see 101 Dalmatians, which I hadn't seen since I was a kid. Do you know the last time that you saw it?
Yeah.
Wait, sorry.
Yeah.
It's me, India Lombardi-Bello,
Hi, India.
the animator's friend.
Yeah. And it's me, Josh Pilch, the animator's friend's friend.
Yes.
You probably know my work from Weird, the Al Yankovic Story,
Yes.
or City Island on PBS, or Beach Buggy Adventures on YouTube.
Yeah.
All things that I've animated for.
Yes.
And you can stop listening now. My plugs are done.
Responsibility fulfilled. And you might know him from episode 3
Yes.
of the podcast.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Chili Peppers have put out like a couple more albums since
I forgot
then.
to tell you, I don't think I told you this. And I was like, oh my God, I meant to tell you like last week when I saw you. I had interviewed
Anthony Kiedis?
No, I wish. I had interviewed these 2 guys who worked on the film Bushra. It's like a feature film that's out now. And, like they don't, it was their introduction to the podcast. So then like after the interview was over and everything, the one guy, Jason Coombs, was like, oh, like, in leading up to the interview, I was like just poking through some episodes. And then I came across like one where like the theme song was like a Red Hot Chili Peppers parody and all. And he was like, oh, this is going to be fun.
Oh, good. Right, that was when Anthony wrote a song for you to celebrate your podiversary.
Yeah.
Yes, he gave it to me and then I gave it to India.
Yeah.
That was Anthony Kiedis.
Yep. But I was like, what a funny introduction, because it's only one episode.
Well, yeah, Super 8 Interview podcast, you hear the one that has scripted content at the beginning that has nothing to do with really any episode except for one slightly. Yeah. That's really funny.
That's episode, I don't know which number it is, but with Andres Salazar.
That's right, yes.
It was like, I think the first one of the new year.
That makes
I think that's
sense.
what I did. I could be wrong. It could have been December. Doesn't matter. Momo's here, of course.
Hello.
That's not her voice.
I'm on the mic. Hot mic.
Something that I can say for certain is that like when she's like very activated and crazy,
Momo.
Momo, Motorhead, she has a laugh in my head. And
yeah. Okay.
and it's
My cat.
it's like a little evil witch laugh.
Yes. My cat Wawa has a little laugh. He goes,
It's cute. And yeah, I guess like I was also thinking about in seeing 101 Dalmatians today. I was like, wow, this feels all very topical to my life. Pet ownership.
True. Yes, it's a good movie for a dog lover for sure. And really well researched dog movements.
Yes.
You were asking last time I saw it. I think I watched it like within the last couple of years.
Okay.
I had a friend who's a director at Titmouse named Jacob Ospa. I was saying, what's your favorite Disney movie? And he said 101 Dalmatians. And I was like, oh, I don't hear that answer that much. So I watched it. I was like, oh, wait, this really is one of the best ones, I think. It's such a compelling story and such a feast for the eyes and so many other positive things I can say about it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Metrograph.
Yeah, thank you, Metrograph.
What's this? It's a series, right? They're doing or no?
Yeah, it's called It Started with a Mouse, hand-drawn classics on 35 millimeter. They're showing
Hand-drawn classics.
101
Nice.
Dalmatians. The next screening is Sunday, July 26th at 11:10 a.m. And then they're also...
I could have used that extra 10 minutes. If there's one thing I could ding about today's
really
event,
could have used that
I
extra
could
10
have
minutes.
used 10 extra
I agree
minutes.
with that. But and then the other one is Jungle Book. How do you feel about Jungle Book?
What was the second one? Or sorry, before Jungle Book, it was
It's just 101
101
Dalmatians
Dalmatians.
and Jungle Book.
Podcast listeners famously love chewing on mics, so that's going to be good. Jungle Book, I haven't seen in a long time. What is that? That's the last Disney movie to be made while Walt was alive, I think. Some kind of
And that's true.
turning point there, yeah. Jungle Book feels really episodic, like a lot of movies at that Disney movies at that time did. So there's like parts of it that are so fun, parts of it that are not. India's gone. This is my podcast now. Oh, she's back.
Aw, damn it.
I was gonna turn it into Manosphere podcast. That's what happens when any man is left with a microphone alone.
Yeah, The Jungle Book was the last film that Walt Disney himself worked on.
Okay.
Because he just got really obsessed with his
With
amusement,
the amusement park.
parks.
Right. So it's not that he passed away.
But it also was released posthumously, too.
Oh, it was. Okay. So he did pass away.
Yeah.
I'm using this kind euphemism for death because
Passed away.
Yeah. I don't know why. That's like what I would say about my grandpa.
You have a reverence, maybe.
Maybe.
Walt Disney. But yeah, went into this feeling negative,
Yeah.
but it's a great movie. It's definitely like, I think that there's like a handful of Disney movies that like, you get why they're a big deal, you know? So it's like if you can kind of like hold those in your mind when you're watching like the shitty ones. You know?
So can you say what are the shitty ones in your estimation? Well, I guess it's like the 70s and 80s are considered to be a fallow period.
We talked about this last week that I think that the princess ones are so overrated because they're all like, if there was like one that was like that, that'd be one thing. But it's like, there's so many and they all feel like the same trajectory of like pretty lady, somebody who's jealous of her.
Right.
Princess gotta save her, you know? It's just like, it's boring. It'd be one thing if it was just one film, but it's not.
I definitely have more reverence for the princess movies, but I can see how they're a little boring.
Yeah. And like actually 101 Dalmatians is the first one after Sleeping Beauty, which is your favorite princess.
My favorite princess
is Aurora.
Well, it's my favorite Disney princess movie, yeah. Aurora, you know what? Aurora, actually, I like her too. She's funny.
You thought that she's like funny.
She's
funny.
funny.
You think she's a more interesting character.
Yeah, she's like dancing with an owl.
That's her greatest feature.
Well, and she messes with the prince, which is funny.
Yes.
Oh, and also her hair is so interesting looking.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of, like, if you just drew a spiral on a piece of paper, everybody can do that, but it's a bunch of those and they all like flow like tresses of hair. It's incredible.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
Hypnotizing.
It was like I thought it was nice to look at, but I was bored.
Yeah, it's definitely.
And I was mad at the fairy godmothers.
Well, yes, they're dumb. Last week when we were talking about this, I was like,
Josh and I get together once a week just to talk about Disney films.
I would. No, I was defending those movies, saying they feel boring or strange because they don't follow like a traditional narrative structure, but they do follow like a tradition of like fairy tale structure. Mm-hmm. So like on the one hand, nowadays, like no one would accept any movie whatsoever where the main character is just like asleep for the entire third act and someone else does the main thrust of the narrative. But like I accepted it in those movies, but I didn't at all mention the like sort of anti-feminist aspect of that. Like I kind of would just skip right over that. So like that's true. That is something to criticize.
Yeah. Well, that's why I guess like I was saying like I thought Cinderella is the most interesting.
Right.
Not because, I mean, I don't know, she just feels like she has more agency.
Yeah.
And she also, I said this like she, like, even though I don't know, it's very capitalistic or something, but just that she's like, she works hard.
Yeah. Yeah, Cinderella pulls herself up by the glass slipper straps.
Yeah, the glass boot straps.
Glass boots.
But yeah. Back to
101 Dalmatians. I'm sorry. I'm a fan of context.
Yes. So it was what came after Sleeping Beauty in 1961. And I mean, some things that I looked up before going into this today that I thought were interesting, or things that are noteworthy about it, I guess, before just even like our own opinions on it. The style of it was very modern. Mm-hmm. Like this was kind of the most like modern looking thing that they had produced, which was a big shift for them because everything else was very like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, how would you say prior to this? Like
the designs typically were steeped in tradition rather than the modern style, which like, oh man, we'll get into it, but like there's stuff in it that like could have dated it horribly and maybe does for some people. There's one huge pop culture reference in this I forgot about that like probably makes no sense to anyone.
Talking about What's My Crime?
Yeah.
Is that a real show?
What's My Line was a show where average people would go on and like celebrities would guess what their line of work is. Like what's their job? What's their interesting job? So that was a parody, like a straight parody where so funny. Where criminals are.
No, it is very funny. And I love that like the guy's like, oh, that's Percival or whatever. Like they know him.
I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit, but it's so funny that in this world, there's TV for dogs we see first, and then there's TV for criminals. Yeah. It's so funny.
Yeah.
But yes, to answer your question, I think they were going for a contemporary style. Mm-hmm. I also think, based on that, it might be the only one that takes place contemporarily.
Yeah,
it takes place in the 60s.
Say that as well, because something that TV plays a big part in the movie, and
ads and
and I really relate to Lucky, who's just like on the TV because like that's how I felt about TV growing
That's
up.
funny.
And I think that probably is true. I can't think of a film prior to that where it feels like it's supposed to be taking place in like the present day of the time. So it's just like another big kind of like stretch for the studio of like, okay, we're changing the look, but we're also changing like subject matter to be more of its time. And I wonder if that felt like a big swing at the time, or like, was there precedent for like, are people going to be interested in this or does it feel too like not classic enough or something? I don't know.
I'm trying to kind of gauge when it came out, like around like Mary Poppins, because like I feel like there was maybe a shift where they started like adapting modern books, which this one was. I wonder if that was kind of the thought, was like, let's start like adapting contemporary literature and then like maybe set it. Yeah, I bet it was a big swing is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. And something else interesting was that, and in the credits, this is the case as well, that it's the only, up until this point at least, the only film that was like written by like one person.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Bill Peet. And something that, again, it was the first time that they did it, and then they didn't do this again until The Great Mouse Detective. The script was fully written out before they ever started storyboarding.
That's fascinating.
And I think that after watching it today, I'm like, the writing is so good. Like, it's such a funny, but like thoughtful, like it's very smart. It is great dialogue and narration and everything.
Yeah, that's so interesting. I've always been kind of a proponent that there's no reason not to
do it that
script
way.
a animated movie. And I was saying just before we started recording that did your dog bite you? Is she teething on your thumb?
Yes.
Oh, but she's so
She's
cute.
chomping at the bit. She's got a lot to say.
My favorite is Rolly. That's my
I said
favorite,
that
actually.
Rolly makes me think of, like, Rolly feels the most puppy-like, like
Yes.
you. Just like old roly-poly and fat.
I'm hungry, mother. What was I saying?
Writing before, like, boarding.
Yeah. I was saying before we recorded that I thought that this one, while still having great scenes and being super weird, had a more traditional narrative structure than a lot of old Disney movies do. I was making the point that old Disney movies, they always say they're story masters.
Yes.
But if you look at them, they actually are really unusual compared to, like, if you study like drama and dramatic structures. Classic Disney movies are just like a bunch of great scenes and visuals and stuff, and it's not really that they're story masters. It's that they're just like had good taste and often made something that felt like a ride and was fun. And, But this one, it actually, if you are, a nerd for drama, Pongo the dog is like our protagonist. Maybe Perdita to like secondarily. I'm realizing I think I have perhaps more to say about this movie from like a storytelling perspective than from a technical animator perspective. But I think that's how I am as an animator anyway. So you got me on this episode. So sorry.
I'm into it. What do you mean?
She looks so pissed. She's like shaking her head as she says that.
No. I think that it's one thing to have things that like look beautiful, but I think that you can have like great storytelling even if the animation is like really rough. The most important thing is the story. So it doesn't work unless it has a good story. And this has a really good story.
I feel sometimes you can just watch something and you're like, I don't understand why I'm so engrossed in this, but I am. And I think that's true of a lot of old Disney movies.
Well, I don't know. I think that's where we maybe differ.
This is actually really good for like a podcast, like in the modern world, like why you're wrong about the Disney princess movies. Like we want to generate controversy. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
To
generate controversy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can't get into it unless it's got
a good story.
Something.
Yeah.
And like I love like non-narrative stuff too.
Right.
But it's like
pick a lane.
Something has to click.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
It can't just look pretty. I'm bored.
I think the next animated movie after 101 Dalmatians is Sword in the Stone. I was trying to pull that up.
Yeah, I think that's true.
I quite like Sword in the Stone, but it is like really just kind of a string of events. And that's adapted from a book too, but I read that book. That actually feels a little more like one thing leads to another in the book in a way that the movie really just feels like this happens and now this happens and now this happens. But it's all very like entertaining and interesting, and like each scene kind of has its own like pathos and thesis. And I'm kind of like an expert on Greek words.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Sword in the Stone I know is like not considered to be like one of their better films.
Yeah.
And there were things about it that I was like, there's a lot of sloppiness. Like the boy has 3 different voice actors.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that.
And it's
so
like,
weird.
you know it from like the first few minutes that you see him. And it's like, what the hell is going on?
So different. Yeah, I forgot about that.
And the animation was pretty rough, but I found there to be a lot of funny and charming moments to it. But like 101 Dalmatians feels like super cohesive.
Yeah.
I think that like the films that aren't as strong, a lot of times there was just like other pressures at play too, that like they were kind of rushing through things, and maybe 101 Dalmatians, like I'm not sure, I'm just speculating.
It looks expensive.
Well, I mean, something too that's worth noting, this is the first time that they were using Xerox, so photocopying to help. And it's like, yeah, you couldn't probably have made that movie without it because there's so many little puppies to animate.
They were able to like really cleverly hide some reuse animation and also put some front and center. Cruella driving by, looking out the window 3 times.
Yes, but I have to say, I love.
It's great. Yeah,
I love that like expression on her face and the way her eyes
I would
just
use that 3
shift.
times.
Yeah, it's so good. But yeah, no, I noticed that too. I was like, they're just reusing that as much as they can.
I was like going out of my way to look for dog reuse, and it's really well hidden.
It's like a lot of those like running scenes, for sure, but it's like it doesn't matter. Like it's not like it stands out as like, like, you know.
I would reuse more if it were me. Like they really did animate quite a few distinct dog runs in there. This is where like a more technical animator might know a little more, but I assume like Xeroxing made it a little simpler to reuse animation, but also I know they didn't ink the movie like they would have with older movies. What you see on screen is pencil lines blasted up to like really high contrast. Then that would be put on a cell and painted like directly from the pencil
so that they're not
lines.
having to like do it twice.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, like as an animator and a nerd, it is like so cool to see the like pencil drawings on screen. And like sometimes they would leave really rough frames in there. You can actually see, you know, if you ever got a how to draw book and they're always like, draw an oval.
Yes.
Then draw
you
a
see
line
that a
with
lot
a cross
in the
through
Disney
it.
films, I feel like.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this one, you can actually see the oval.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like
frames.
there's a lot. Like, we had just seen, again, last week, we were watching some Aristocats.
Aristocats, yes.
And, like, you see a lot of that.
Aristocats owes a lot to 101 Dalmatians, I bet you.
Yeah, I think I made a note of that. I feel like there were things in... Oh my God, I wrote over my notes so many
Yeah, we were writing
times
notes in the dark. So
they reused things. There was things that I saw in this that I saw in like Lady and the Tramp or Aristocats characters. Like, remember when they're doing the Twilight bark? So they're showing you all these different dogs, and there's a scene in like a dog shop. There's like dogs in the window, and there's the bulldog from Lady and the Tramp, and then there's and there's that sexy like dog.
Well, I don't actually find dogs like sexually arousing like you do, but I think I know who you mean.
The one who sings the song, He's a Tramp.
Oh yeah. Okay, I haven't seen Lady and the Tramp in a long time, but I do know who you're talking about. Yeah.
I think that's Peggy Lee who does the song.
Oh, who's Peggy Lee?
It give me fever.
Oh, yeah, right. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, what a get for Disney. That's a great one.
Yeah. Very cool.
That's cool. Yeah, so Lady and the Tramp was before this, I believe.
I think that's true. Yes, 1955.
I wonder if you were watching it at the time, you'd be like, that was like an Easter egg.
Yeah, like I guess it's like, was that just because like people would be like, oh, or was it like, we just need a bunch of dogs?
Yeah, right. That almost,
the Twilight bark. We need every dog we could possibly get.
So like 101 Dalmatians, the novel. I've never read it. I gotta read it.
I know. I'm always so curious because it's like, these aren't books that like I've ever read.
Yeah.
That they adapt all the time. And I'm like, I wonder how big these were at the time.
And the book was called The 101 Dalmatians. And there's a famous quote like Walt Disney said to Dodie Smith is the author, and Walt Disney told her lose the it's cleaner.
Good advice, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. That's a line from The Social Network.
Well, you would have fooled me.
There's a sequel to the novel called The Starlight Barking where like she goes really deep into this idea of like dogs communicating to each other through the night.
This was something that was interesting because I haven't seen that movie in ages, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like remember this movie that well. But then like the second that it starts, there's so many things that I'm like actually a great example. What's the cat's name?
Sergeant Tibbs.
Sergeant Tibbs. When he finds all the puppies and the guys are watching the TV and like drinking and eating.
Yeah.
So he's counting the 15 puppies, and then it's the fastest moment. But before the event transpires, I'm like, oh, I know what's going to happen. When he's like, that's them or whatever. He said he has this really excited look on his face, and then the guy grabs his neck instead of the wine bottle. I laughed before it even happened because it's like I remember it so
that's funny. Yeah.
Well, so I feel like the Twilight bark is one of the more memorable things as like a kid for me, because like definitely I feel like that influenced like how I think dogs communicate, and that like certain barks mean certain things, because like there's that scene where he's like 2 yips and a yelp or whatever.
2 yips and a yelp. When I rewatched it a couple years ago, I didn't remember that, and like I wonder if I even saw this movie when I was a kid, to be honest. Like, or if I did, like I was thinking this today, like the first half of the movie is so contingent on dialogue. All the plot is set up in dialogue. The visuals are like fun to look at, but I feel like making a modern movie, you would do a lot more exclusively visual storytelling to get kids to understand it. And I wonder how much goes over a kid's head watching the very beginning. And it gets super action-packed and like full of like visual gags towards the end, but not so much at the beginning.
Well, one of the benefits of going to the screening that we did, it was meant to be for kids. And if you, listener, haven't gone to a kids screening, do yourself a favor and go, because it's one of the funniest experiences ever. And we were sitting in front of this one kid whose commentary of the movie was priceless. And one of the funniest things that they did was like the movie had just started, and it like opens on the apartment building, like exterior, and then we're zooming in, and the second that Pongo starts his like narration of like explaining like where they're at in life, him and his pet and Roger.
You think it's Roger talking, or it's Roger's voiceover. But
it's like just 2 seconds into this narration, and the kid's like, "What's happening?"
I did actually get the sense that maybe the kids in the theater were a little antsy until later.
I think that's true, because I mean, it was hilarious for us because there's so much funny dialogue
and charming and
but it's kind of like probably for a kid boring.
Yeah.
Or it's just like, I don't get it, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of subtext in the beginning, like of like what kind of guy Roger is and what kind of lady Anita is, how their dogs are the same and different than them, and I don't know. Also, like, I think I wrote this somewhere, but like, hold on. This was a thought I was thinking before when we were talking about the Xerox stuff, like, it's so fun for me to like look at that and see like the rough drawings, but like this also is a movie where it's completely married, like that choice, that necessity to draw the things that way completely works for the like visual design overall, where like the whole thing feels like this 60s illustration of London, and like the characters kind of look like a fashion artwork.
And like there's those catalogs in the beginning when Pongo's like trying to figure out what's like the ideal woman.
Right,
and it's
right,
like,
yes.
And
They kind of looked like the cartoons you would see in an old Playboy, I thought. Like,
that's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I collect old Playboys and go through them constantly. So, of course, that was the first thing my mind went to.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding. But I have seen like old Playboy art and like Jack Cole. He's a cartoonist I like, and he drew a lot of that stuff. But yes, I found that interesting at the beginning that, there's that type of illustration. And then the actual characters like Roger and Anita are like just a slightly more like sophisticated version of those same designs. It's so cool.
Yeah.
And it just feels right that they're drawn with pencil and everything. And then it's indicative of who they are too. Like they're these like bohemian artists, like living in a pile of music instruments, and like it all meshes.
Yeah.
One more bit of context. Opens with credits, and it's a fun abstract 60s art style credits. But also somebody who worked on the movie was named Mickey Maga. And
very important context to get into.
I just want to like think about that guy's life.
He's probably dead. Wait, let me look him up. Oh wait, I just saw Oob Eworks. There's not even like he doesn't even have like a Wikipedia page.
Oob Eworks doesn't have his own Wikipedia
No,
page?
sorry, Mickey Maga doesn't have.
Of course
Let me see.
I needed to bring that up because when his name came up, I elbowed India. I was like, look, Mickey Maga. And then she saw me write that down. It was the first note you wrote down.
Mickey Maga was born on May 25th, 1950.
On January 6th.
In Los Angeles, California. He's an actor known for 101 Dalmatians.
Oh, he was an actor, right?
He was Patch.
Oh, he was a little kid.
Yeah, I guess probably. He was probably a kid, yeah.
Yeah, all the puppies were voiced by real little kids.
Yeah, because if he was born in 1950, all of his credits are like up until actually 101 Dalmatians. So that's when his career ended.
So he was probably like a child actor.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Aw,
Mickey Maga.
Aw.
He's probably still alive.
Cool, and they named a movement after him.
Wait, let me look at what Oob, because we were talking about Oob.
We're talking about, and actually, can I announce it here? We're starting a new podcast, Talkin' Oob.
I feel like you could probably, because I just feel like
I actually do think his life is probably and work is probably
it just seems like
dense enough to
I agree. It seems like he did a lot of things.
Yeah.
So he's like somebody who looms large in the Disney lexicon.
He designed Mickey Mouse, I think.
Oh, okay.
Which made me wonder if he's a designer or is he an animator? I should know that, but I just can't remember.
Let's see.
The history,
Oob
really.
Eworks. Oob iWorks.
Oh, it's iWorks.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Isn't he? What is he? Human? Alien?
American animator, cartoonist, film director, film producer, character designer, inventor, and special effects technician. He worked on the creation of Mickey Mouse and Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. I love Oswald.
Right.
Oswald is
I think
so
he
cute.
might have retained the rights to Oswald or something.
Yeah, so well, I don't know, because they used Oswald and then they had some sort of a distribution deal that like went sour, and then that's when they had to stop using. Maybe it coincided with Oob leaving. I'm not sure. But so Oob was, because I was saying he did something specific, and he was in charge of special processes, and he's the one who was experimenting with the Xeroxing.
That's fascinating. I do always kind of remember. I'm sure there's animation fans listening to this who are like, duh. But I always remember his story being contextualized as like he was like a close partner with Walt Disney, but he was the one who kind of did the art. It was kind of Jack Kirby to Stan Lee, where like he was nowhere near the salesman or the spokesperson that Disney was, and Disney like kind of gets all the credit. And
Also, I don't mind if people hate listen.
No, please do. Look, conflict creates engagement. And that's all we care about.
Yeah, I mean, Disney, he was, less of the creative force. I just think people conflate the businessman with, I mean, like he started out, but he really stepped away from the creative processes. I forget which film was the first one where he kind of was less involved. He was always involved in story for the most part because he was considered to be very incisive when it came to developing story. But again, we've discussed this, that maybe debatable. I mean, they're good at making things that are entertaining. I just don't know about story, I guess.
That's
what
I'm saying. His taste was kind of unarguable for the most part. I guess some movies don't really work, but that's so cool though that Oob Eworks was part of this movie too, still inventing. And that's so cool.
I see him in the credits of everything. I feel like he was super important. He was kind of handsome.
Oh yeah, look at this guy. He looks like a modern, kind of Gen Z, broccoli head kid.
I don't know.
He's got a little mustache. He looks like he has maybe a SoundCloud.
Yeah, he definitely could be in Brooklyn right now.
Yeah.
You know how they do those big lookalike contests? It's Timothy Chalamet lookalike. Let's do it. Let's call for an Oob Eworks.
Oob Eworks lookalike.
So I think we've laid down, even if it was meandering.
Yeah, a little more context. No,
so we can just talk about what we thought and what we felt. But yeah, I mean, you were talking about the opening credits. Once those started, I was like, oh my God, I remember as a kid, I don't think you often are I love the opening credits, but I loved the opening credits.
Yeah.
There was something about the spots and the way that they kind of like would appear and
the
disappear.
Sound effects are so fun too. They'd be like,
yeah, it was just, it's like such a fun opening to the film and like very dynamic and like entertaining on its own, even though it's quite abstract.
Yeah. There's something I like about opening credits in a movie too, like get it out of the way. And I don't know. Again, like modern Disney would never do that because it's like make kids sit through something they maybe don't even know how to read yet. But I don't know. I always kind of like.
Well, those ones I think
easing in.
Yeah, were entertaining.
Yeah.
For a kid, because like kids not trying to look for Oob Eworks and what they did.
Yeah, only the biggest loser kid in history. I'm just
I dressed up as Oob Eworks for Halloween.
Mom, can I be Oob Eworks?
Also, we keep saying Oob Eworks. It's Oob Eworks.
Really?
And
okay.
it might.
I works.
It also might be I'm not convinced that it's not
He's American. But what's his ancestry?
I know. I would like to know that as well.
Isn't it Dutch or something? iWorks. I would never think it was iWorks.
I know.
My teacher in college said eWorks. Mm-hmm. So, Dr. DaCosta, you're on notice. It's strange that I even like would mispronounce it because it's so like easy and commonplace for us, which is probably why he changed his name professionally from iWorks with 2 W's to iWorks with just 1 W.
Yeah, it's like Oob iWorks.
I would think that's Uba, but whatever. We need to get off of Oob Eworks. We're using up all our stuff for talking Oob.
You're right. We gotta stop. We have really landed on something. I think we should start this podcast talking Oob. Oh my God. So yeah, the opening credits were fantastic and entertaining.
Agreed.
Do you have any thoughts to start off with aside from that?
It's okay. I'm jumping to the first scene. Is that allowed?
Something that I just thought of just before that, Pongo's doing this narration of their life. Yeah. That same kid that was like, what's happening?
Yeah.
As like the narration goes along for a little while longer,
Yeah.
they're like,
I found this fascinating.
why is the dog talking?
Now, do you think this kid has never seen a cartoon with a talking dog before? Because that's a really momentous occasion almost. Like,
Yeah. It's possible. It's possible. Where's my dog?
not talking. She gone. This episode of The Animator's Friend was brought to you by Core Power Men Juice. That's right, we're a Manosphere podcast now, and if you drink man juice, you'll be the manliest man there is.
Okay, sorry. So yes, now
And we're back.
you can go into the scene in the park.
Oh, yes. We're still wondering why the dog is talking.
Oh,
but,
yes.
No, but yeah, I love, and also I'm skipping all the people who look like dogs. Classic gag. They did a great
Yes,
job.
really good.
But the introduction of Anita, truly she looks like a drawing from a magazine with her eyes closed, like perfectly poised reading this book.
Yes.
And then like, it's so cute how her body doesn't even move. She just opens her eyes because she's
Yes.
like kind of into Roger. I don't know. That's like the first hint that like, oh, she's actually a cool lady. And then like, I guess it's kind of a cliche meet cute at this point, but like they fall into the lake and like that like breaks the ice and they start laughing and you're like, oh, these two like
Yeah.
are so charming. They're people I would want to be friends with in the 60s.
Yeah. That's nice. No, yeah, it's a really cute scene, even if there is something cliche about it. It's like it's
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah, the
And
handkerchief
funny.
is a funny gag.
Yeah,
where,
it's
like,
funny. He's
they're-
like, "Oh, use mine."
yeah, and they're both
And I
sopping wet.
I also do love like the voice acting in
Yeah,
that scene,
yeah.
like because they're both like so like devastated by what's happened, and like she's like so upset about her outfit, and she's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
basically like crying. She like sounds like she's on the verge of tears, and then he's just like trying to be like I don't know, like just the vocal performance is
Yeah.
like really strong and funny and how emotional they are, but like not in a way that like it's. I don't know. It's good. There's something just good about it.
It's not like a huge part of the movie, but like there is like a class component to the movie where like
Yes.
I mean, I guess these two can afford a maid somehow. Maybe that's how things used to
Oh.
be, but like
But it's like they're also like supposed to be like broke. I don't know. Like that is confusing. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, it's meant to be that they're like lower to middle, probably middle class is what I don't really know how class in London in the 60s worked. I'm sure there were
Me
a lot
neither.
of intricacies, but the fact
Yeah.
that it kind of does come up at all, and like there's a certain other character who comes from wealth and yet has nothing beautiful or charming in their life. Who could I be talking about? I like when the song comes on, it's like, oh, and suddenly Roger's in a recording studio. It's like his voice is like so clear all of a sudden. It sounds so good. I think there is like an element to this class divide between like, well, I'm kidding. I'm gonna never stop talking if I just go. But yeah, class. That was the point of that part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back to the host, India. Back to you.
Again, like I keep thinking back to like what I thought about the movie, like as
Yeah.
a kid, and like I didn't give two shits about the craft of animation as a kid. Like I'm mostly just like things are just entertaining. However, there's certain things that like, and it's in this movie that I know as a kid even, like I was like, I love this apartment. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like
yes.
I really appreciate the background painting. And like I did as a kid as well. I was like, wow, beautiful, you know? Yeah.
And it's such a smart choice that the backgrounds also have line art for the reasons I was saying before, that like the whole thing is just so married and worked together. To that point, like I even liked Roger's bachelor pad.
Yes.
It was messy, but it was like the kind of mess that a cool artist has. Like it's his
Yeah.
own sort of organization. And then that mess goes to the attic in their shared home, which is so sweet. I feel like that serves in contrast to the like disused DeVille manor, where there's like just crap everywhere. Like
it's like this. It's like a beautiful big mansion, but then inside it's devoid of life.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is
the same as the inside of Cruella DeVille's heart itself.
Let's talk about Cruella.
Yeah. The movie with Emma Stone? The movie where we learned that a young Cruella DeVille's parents were murdered by Dalmatians.
So stupid.
And therefore she has this grudge. And now we can't really blame her for anything wrong she does in this movie.
So we were talking about this earlier, and if that's like believable or not, I say not believable. I think it's more believable. I'm going to look for the word that I saw that they used to describe her.
Believable or not, it's stupid.
Obsessive. Oh, no.
The word you said made a lot of sense.
I guess maybe I made it up because I'm not seeing the word. That I thought they refer to her as monomaniacal, but that might not even be a word.
No, that is that definitely is a word. Yes.
Okay. And like, you know what? As somebody who like loves clothes, sometimes like I can relate.
Sure.
Just getting so obsessed about like that thing that you really are coveting or whatever, you know? So there's something about her that I think people maybe can understand about her as a villain, but she's simple. I mean, she's super simple, but she's so evil. Yeah. She's crazy. Like, she's so crazy.
Yes. You know, I guess I could have said this in the beginning, but I think my like thesis for like, or one of my theses for like all of how I view 101 Dalmatians is like, I worry that the properties that have come after this original movie have inaccurately colored people's perception of this like awesome, weird, like action romp that it is. And no more so than in like modern depictions of Cruella DeVille. This is my little fun fact that I do with people, or I don't know if that's the right word, but I resisted the urge this morning asking India, how old do you think Cruella DeVille is going in? Because I think we picture her as like an old lady, or like in the live action adaptation from the 90s, it was like, she was like a lady in her like 50s or 60s and like ran kind of like a fashion empire.
Yeah, I was thinking about the live action one because who's that French actor?
A French actor?
There's like a French actor who's like her designer or something like that. And he's like
remember.
A famous French actor. It doesn't matter. He was just funny.
Okay. But I think like also in that movie, Roger is an American man played by Jeff Daniels, and his job is a video game designer.
Yes, I forgot about that.
The plot is that he fully programs a whole video game where you play as a Dalmatian.
Yeah.
And a little boy says, but it doesn't have a good villain. And so he can't release his video game. I hate that movie. I think it's so stupid.
I would have to watch it again, but they have like really great actors.
Right. Hugh Laurie plays Jasper, which is fun.
Oh my God.
That's good. That's like the best casting in it, I think.
Yeah, no, he's great.
But okay, to that point, like Cruella DeVille as a monomaniacal, just like, and she's an old friend of Anita's. Meaning she's
friends.
A school friend. That means she's the same age as Anita. And like when you hear that and then look at her character design, you understand she's not an old lady. She's kind of a woman with a lot of money who's image obsessed but has no taste, maybe. That's the less charitable view on it.
I feel like if she wasn't so evil, I'm like, I love everything that she's wearing. I love, we get this glimmer of her like bedroom. And I'm like, oh, I love it.
You know, yes, it's like a perfect
I feel like she has good taste. She's just crazy.
Right. It's a camp taste where the rest of the movie is more subtle.
Yes. She's very specific.
And yeah, so you're right. If she was a fun person, you'd be like, look at this eccentric lady.
Yeah.
But then take that eccentric fun lady and put it on this monomaniacal
Yes.
desire to skin puppies to make a coat. I was saying also that I think timeline-wise, she's the second Disney villain, Captain Hook being the first, where they like stumbled into this idea of like, oh, a villain can be like the most fun character, kind of. We'll make a song called Cruella de Vil,
Yeah.
and she'll be so memorable.
Yeah. I think that's a good point because, yeah, I feel like the other villains, they're just kind of evil. They're not like fun to watch per se. Like they
Right.
don't have like a lot going on other than that they're just evil, but she's like really fun to
Right.
watch.
I
And same
think-
thing with Captain Hook.
Right.
Because we were talking about Sleeping Beauty
Yeah.
and Maleficent.
Oh,
and I
right,
was like,
right.
is the reason why she's like that is because she didn't get invited to a party? And like I kind of feel like
Yes. The
similar
answer's yes.
almost about like Cruella de Vil. It's like at some point, like when like they're not gonna sell the dogs to her,
Yeah.
she like ends the friendship. She's like, we're through.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, you're ending a friendship because I mean not that it's like a good friendship, obviously, but like the whole friendship was just hinging on you being able to get these puppies. Like it's just like it's like funny sometimes like what their evilness like hinges on is like very specific and not almost like totally thought out, you know?
Yeah, although making this a contemporary movie that's like a smaller story that's just focusing on this one family, I like get it more where like Maleficent,
Yeah, I
it's
agree.
like such a broad world that you're like, sure, I guess a witch is pissed that she didn't get invited or whatever. But, you know, like you can picture Anita, this like cool but like not wealthy girl, when they're in school together, like, yeah, she's a laugh to Cruella, and to Anita it's like, oh, this is my eccentric friend.
Yeah.
And then after school it's like, God, what do we have in common?
Yeah.
And like I think that type of relationship in real life does
That happens all the
it
time.
leads to the stupidest fights and the biggest fallouts is like weirdly relatable.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I was like, that
Yeah.
happens. You know, there's people that it's like it makes sense for a period of time and then doesn't anymore
Totally.
later.
And
Yeah.
just like Anita also doesn't fight hard when Roger is making fun of Cruella. Anita gets it.
Yeah.
Like she's like, yeah, I know, my friend's weird.
Yeah, no, totally. I think that she's considered to be one of the most influential villains. What do you think about like her impact after 101 Dalmatians? Like, do you feel like you see that influence like in other?
I think so.
Things.
Well, in as much as I was saying that, like, I'm looking at like a chronology of Disney movie releases, and okay, this is actually really interesting because after 101 Dalmatians, they don't attempt the fun big villain character again for a long time. The next one that is anything like her is 1977, The Rescuers. And I think her name's like Madame Medusa or something. And she's almost too much like Cruella de Vil. Like, I wonder if there was a moment, because they kind of had some... yeah, I feel that maybe Aristocats and Robin Hood were not like financial success. Don't quote me on that. But like, I wonder if that was an attempt to go like, okay, people love Cruella de Vil. Let's bring that idea
Well,
back.
I think Rescuers is considered one of the more successful and like
Oh,
just
for real?
also like,
Okay.
or maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that. Either. But I think it's considered to be one of the better, stronger films.
Okay.
Because I think that there was like a big,
I disagree.
there was a big
I
slump,
think it's a dumb movie.
and then that one. Well, I guess I'll say that Leonard Maltin, my boy Leonard Maltin.
Yeah. Oh, we love Leonard.
He really thought that it was special.
Okay.
And like thought the emotional. But I think you don't like maybe the emotional films.
Really?
Because we were talking about Dumbo and we were talking about Fox and the Hound, and you were like, I can't take it. So if I haven't seen The Rescuers, at least not as an adult, so I don't remember it, but I think it's supposed to be a more emotional film.
It's like an action movie, and it's
But doesn't it have that song somewhere?
That's that's An American Tale, the Don Bluth movie about Fievel the Russian mouse.
Okay, I've conflated these things in my head.
They're both mice though. No, I tend to like emotional movies. Dumbo, I think, lacks range. It's just like too mean and too sad for me throughout without any pathos. Not without pathos, there's some. But wait, before I forget, it's kind of understood that like in the late 80s is kind of the Disney Renaissance, and that's when like the young people were like, what was good about the old movies? And I think that's where the idea of the big villain starts happening.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Okay,
because like you think about Ursula. I was
Jafar, Scar.
Yeah, I was thinking specifically while we were watching the movie, I was like, she's so much like, or Yzma is so much like her. Yzma from Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah, that's funny.
I mean, she's like a really fun character. Like she's very different from Cruella, but just like, in terms of like the character design, it's this like very, like if you probably looked at a side by side of
their models.
Yeah, they're models. Like, I think that they're very similar.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. She is, like, made of bones and points. And
so, yeah, it's interesting. But, yeah, I think you're right. Leonard Maltin said that The Rescuers is the best since 101 Dalmatians. The best film.
Wow. Okay.
Had more heart than the other films. It was a combination of Disney veterans and newcomers.
Interesting. Okay.
They developed their characters first, and I think weren't relying on the voice actors to help develop the character. I could be wrong on that, but
could it be the opposite? Because it's
maybe it's the opposite.
Yeah, they are big stars. It's like Zsa Zsa Gabor and Buddy the Elf's dad.
Oh. Well, yeah, I can't think of his name.
Bob Newhart.
Bob Newhart, yeah.
I might be wrong about that, but I'm not wrong about that. It is. Oh, wait, and it's Ava Gabor.
Oh, there's so many Gabors.
We can announce it now. Our new podcast, So Many Gabors.
We got a lot of work ahead of us.
Yeah.
It's hard being a podcast mogul.
Yeah, I can tell.
I was going to jump ahead to when they do the Twilight bark.
Yeah.
And it's the scene between, is it the Colonel?
The Colonel is this one.
Yes. And that other dog, that hound.
The hound who's friends with the goose.
Yeah.
It's kind of the end of the whole chain where like the Colonel's probably the most important one to get the message. And it's up to the goose's friend, which I heard that he's starting a podcast called The Goose's Friend.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I know.
You think I should be worried?
I don't know. It seems like a pretty clear ripoff.
That scene feels quite long, and the pacing of it's like very odd.
Yeah.
But I like it.
Same. I think like, okay, where I said this is like structurally kind of typical, but there's a few areas where it gets weird in a good way. I think Act 1 of the movie is a little longer than it normally is, and I don't care. It's like, I like seeing the dogs get born. I like getting the context that Lucky is always like a little late. The way that information is conveyed is so fascinating. Like that they thought maybe this puppy didn't make it. Yeah. Then the next time we see the puppy's a little older. This one is always by itself, and we find out its name is Lucky, and we're like, oh, it's that one. And like, so that one's always kind of on his own, and we get the establishment of all the others. But yeah, they do the Disney thing that I like, which is if a scene is working, they'll like live in it And we love the Colonel dog and the other one. They're so interesting and funny. And why not stay with them a little bit?
Yeah. Yeah, like there's enough like fun stuff there that it like keeps you engaged the whole time.
There's like character games, little bits like what's the breed of the goose's friend?
Oh, it's like some kind of a bloodhound maybe?
Like a bloodhound.
Yeah.
And, like he's got like a country English accent, which is funny. Leading to that is this big, beautiful drawing of all of London. And then we realize like the dog's barks get all the way to the countryside and the dog has that accent. And then Tibbs the cat is like lower ranked than the Colonel, but like always is understanding better than the Colonel. There's so much going on in that scene that's like not really making the plot go forward, but it's fun.
Yeah. To what I was saying earlier about like characters being reused, I'm pretty sure the bloodhound and the goose are from Aristocats.
Well,
or
other way
Aristocats.
around,
Yes, you're right. But yeah, same designs in Aristocats. Yeah.
I think you're right. They definitely had a goose style they liked for a while.
Yes.
They had a goose style
like,
they liked
if
for a while.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. Horace and Jasper, they're good characters too. I can't.
Yes.
I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna make us not get lost in a bunch of details anymore. I've said a lot.
You're like, I've said enough.
I've said it. Actually, I'm leaving.
Josh is gone. He just
Stairs are slippery.
I should go check to make sure he's alive.
Oh, never mind. I'm back. Scoot, sit.
That's what you get for leaving the podcast.
Yeah, I learned my lesson.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have.
Another funny moment was
Oh yeah.
that I think it must be the cat that's counting the puppies.
So the Colonel sends Sergeant Tibbs into DeVille Manor to find the puppies. The cat discovers that there's way more puppies there. There's 99 in total.
Yeah. So whenever he's like 99 puppies, and then the kid behind us is like 90 what?
Now, to me, the 90 part of it would be the more surprising part, but to him, if it had been like 91 or 92 dogs, he'd be like, that's normal to me. But what did he say? 90 how many ones?
Yeah. And then Horace and Jasper are very funny together. And something that Jasper says like over and over, I'm going to knock your blinking block off.
Yes. There's a lot of good.
He says it so many times.
I think a lot of the actors are not English.
Definitely.
I recognize Jasper's voice as the voice of Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Oh, interesting.
Whoever that was, or maybe it's how it was written too, like seemed to really enjoy being like, Bob's your uncle, and like all these like Britishisms that probably don't get said that much. Yeah. I like that Cruella found a tall, skinny guy and a short, fat guy for hijinks. But there is something fun about that too. That like, I don't know, this like rich ingenue, like fashionista is like, well, I'm not gonna get my hands dirty. Like, call to like low-life criminals and they're gonna do my bidding for me. They kept wanting their boodle.
Yes. Yes, they did. They were dead set on their boodle. I guess something that I was like thinking about as it went along was, and I feel this way watching any of the Disney things where pets, like domesticated like animals are like at the heart of it, but like I guess primarily like cats and dogs. I'm like, the people who animated these guys, like they really like love their cat or dog, because there's such like a I don't know, there's just certain things as a dog owner myself, and you can speak to as a cat owner. There's just like certain things where it's like that's somebody that knows. that
Right.
knows, they know a dog and they know like their silly little like mannerisms and
I'm
things
sure
like
they
that.
like studied it as
Definitely.
part of that.
But it's done like lovingly. Like I
For
feel like
sure,
it's not
yeah.
just
I
like
think you're right.
Yeah, it's not just like oh like I mean there's a lot of tigers, you know,
Yeah.
in like Disney movies. I don't get that same feeling per se. It's
Right.
like I get like but they move beautifully or whatever, but it's not done lovingly. There's something about
Yeah.
the cats and the dogs that they do it like
the way
lovingly.
the dogs like slip on ice or like will suddenly plop down. It's
Yeah.
so real. Like,
Yeah.
The dog designs are fascinating in this. They kind of applied the same like fashion illustration design to the dogs too, where they have these like skinny waists. All the parts are there. All the anatomy is correct for a dog, but like abstracted in a way that makes them like extra fun to look at. And just man, all those old Disney movies, the solidity of the drawings and how they move, like you get exactly what that mass of dog muzzle, it like turns so perfectly in space. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were really fixated on the mouth.
I was fixated on
You
the
felt
mouth.
like that, like you don't feel like you've seen that mouth.
Yeah, well, like for some reason we've all decided that duck bills look like Donald Duck and Daffy Ducks, but that it's really a weird design, that duck bill, and
Yeah.
then their dog mouths are like weirdly appealing, where like their bottom jaw kind of goes inward into the shape of the upper lip. I liked it, or it was accurate to like. I get it at dog's anatomy. Like I feel like when they close their mouth, you don't really see the sides of their mouth, and then when they open, it becomes wide.
Yeah.
Ooh, we're in the weeds now.
But that's true, and I think about that a lot with dogs. It's like their mouths, especially if it's like a hairy dog.
Yeah.
Like it's just like this little like beep.
It's
It's
a
a little
little-
line,
yeah.
but then really it's like they have these huge mouths
all the way back to their
Yeah,
ears.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Speaking of Sergeant Tibbs counting
Yes.
the dogs, I made a note that like I really like that counting is a motif.
I was
throughout
gonna
the
say that. I
movie,
mean,
right?
I thought that math like looms large in
Yeah,
this film,
well,
which makes sense.
The movie's called 101
Yeah.
Dalmatians.
Yeah.
They're promising two things. You're going to see so many Dalmatians, and we're going to count them. And I really
Yeah.
like that. That's like it starts with 15, and then then
And
it's
then-
99, and then the two more join. Like I love that. That's just part of it.
And like I know that you laughed at this as well when the Colonel, Tibbs, and that bloodhound are communicating.
Mhm.
Like the
Oh,
Colonel is
yeah.
like having a hard time like understanding the
Yeah.
message. So then he's like,
3 5s, that's 13. And,
Yeah, like-
and then Tibbs is like, that's 15, sir.
and then also like at the
Yeah.
end, Roger is trying to count and he's like, okay, 33 and 11,
Yeah.
that's 44, whatever.
It's
whatever.
never
Yeah,
how I
45.
would count
Yeah.
those dogs. But that's fun too, because it's Roger, Anita, and the housekeeper whose name I
Yeah.
forget. Like they kind of bunch up a group for each of them
Yeah.
to add together and find
Yeah.
the 101.
And
It's
yeah,
cute.
he's just doing fast math.
Yeah,
for, like,
yeah.
the whole scene.
I like that. That's
Yeah.
a nice. I don't know.
There's
Like,
something funny about that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like I had a thought about.
You
sort
should
of
go.
the ending.
I only actually have one more thing that
Okay.
relates to, just so that you know, it relates to the car chase.
Me too.
Oh my God.
Well,
Great minds. This is why we podcast together.
I love how action-packed the movie gets at the end. I don't know how concretely I said this, how like I love watching old movies in general. I feel like we're coming out of, there's always great movies that come out, but we're coming out of here in the year 2026, kind of a stale time for movies, like where the algorithm is valued by studios and like there's a little bit of a sameness that comes from that. I love old movies in general just for how like, God, nobody would make a movie about well, I'll start with the live action one. Like, nobody would make a movie about like a crazed man looking for gold in Mexico. I saw The Treasure of Sierra Madre somewhat recently. If you said that premise out loud, I think you'd immediately be asked to leave pitching
meeting.
room, right? And it's such a great movie. But then, like, the beautiful thing about old Disney movies is that they would take chances like that and then, you know, you go even crazier because they're drawings. So, yeah, the fact that the end of the movie is like this rescue mission / car chase, and it's so like exciting and action packed, but like with 100 dogs and 2 thugs and the craziest car I've ever seen. Like,
and that only gets crazier.
Yeah.
Like, I was thinking about that too. Like, I love the further along the car chase goes, like Cruella's car gets like more and more destroyed, and but also the car becomes like more and more like devilish or something, or hellish.
Exactly. I thought that exact same thing. I couldn't quite explain it. It's really important that Cruella de Vil is like the devil, and like there's some kind of hell imagery that I don't understand or know about. But yes, I think the car, you're right, the car is supposed to be a hell car.
It's like a hellhound or something.
Yeah. I was also thinking that one of the things that we unfortunately lose in any like modern adaptation of 101 Dalmatians is Cruella's car. It's a huge deal. Like, she's always in her car.
And it's a huge car.
Yeah.
I love the car. This is another thing where it's like, I like her taste.
Sure. She's
got a really cool car.
I was wrong to say she had bad taste.
Something that like I've thought, like, I'm not like the biggest car person per se, but like there's like cars that I see and I'm like, if I could buy like a car just for fun, like that wasn't like a practical thing, like I would like that. I really like an Oldsmobile Cutlass sedan. It actually looks nothing like her car, but like it's a car that's like very big, very angular. I would get it black with red leather interior, and it's just like, to me, that's like a villain's car, and that's why I like it. So then like,
cool.
And that's like, you know, she has a villain's car.
What other villains have cars? Because like, I'm not the biggest car person either, but I can think of a few like movie cars that are like famous. But like, I think you're right. There are other like. But this has got to be one of the big ones. Cruella de Vil's car.
It defined that the car is an extension of the character.
Of the character, yeah. I suspect also the car is rotoscoped. So I bet there's a car that looks like that they filmed.
Yeah, because I was thinking about that too. I think because there was times where like it actually looked like 3D.
A 3D model, yeah.
But I was like, that's not possible.
Yeah.
So that's probably true.
Well, and then there's that scene where it's going through the snow. And
that's what I wanted to talk about. I was like, what? Because she's trying to knock. Who's truly like, he's just a random guy. She's trying
the truck driver, this poor guy.
But he's like crazy woman driver.
His misogyny blinded him to the murderous intent of this woman, of this person, regardless of her womanhood.
Yeah, that was pretty hilarious. So then he drives her off the road, and she goes like into this like river. And
it's frozen
and goes,
over, right?
and plows into all this snow.
Right.
But the way that the snow, I mean, it's cool. Like, I don't know what they did. Like, do you have any kind of idea?
I think that was video. I think that was...
That they just did like a high contrast.
Yes, I think they put a high contrast on video of the snow and layered it over the rotoscoped car.
Yeah.
Or maybe even we could see a little bit of the real car there.
Interesting. Okay. Because there was something definitely, technically speaking, that it's like, oh, this is different.
Yeah. It luckily was quick enough that like, I think it worked largely.
I liked it. And that was like another one when I was a kid that like I was like, ooh, I like that snow. Like there's
Yeah,
something about it that
right.
it's like it's nice to look at.
For
But
sure.
it's definitely like with a critical eye, you're like, oh, that's different.
Yeah.
They did something different to probably shorten like the amount of animation that would have taken.
That would be quite hard to animate a car going uphill through a pouring snowbank.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hard to even know how to draw snow like that, you know? Like,
Do you have a lot of experience with like 2D effects?
I do actually, yes. Like in school, like I was taught by Disney animators, and Disney would divide character versus effects animators.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I've worked in television, it's like you just get the whole shot. So you have to do everything. So I was like surprised the first time I had to like do some water or some smoke. I just taught myself through the work that like I'm pretty good at it now. Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's something that like it kind of blows my mind that people do that, because it feels like drawing anything is crazy, animating anything is crazy, but there's something about like an effect that it's like, well, this also is meant to like replicate something that we recognize as like fire or something, and that's like a natural element that's like kind of unpredictable, and it's like, how do you convey that then in a series of drawings?
Right, true.
So I don't know, that's something that always just like blows my mind.
Yeah,
I guess.
the Disney effects animators, it's kind of awesome what they could do. I suppose they had the time and budget to do it. Hopefully, I don't. But yeah, that is like another level. But I mean, I guess at its core, everything visible has mass, and that's the way to do it, is to like study a flame and understand how its mass like. The direction it moves and why it goes in the chaotic directions it goes, and so that's a tip.
Good tip.
Smoke is a little easier maybe because it's like slower and you can see how the masses of it form. But yeah, great effects animation in this movie. I'm glad you like pointed out a few like just like visuals that are just like kind of exciting to look at, because I think that's a little bit of a underappreciated art form in film, where like I am a big fan of emotion and pathos, India. But I think, you know, one reason I love Snow White is I just love seeing that apple go into that goop. You know, like it does something to my brain, and it makes me have a feeling, and like it's a type of feeling that is maybe not deeper, but like so hard to explain. And I like that a movie can do that. So, yes.
I think that's valid.
She doesn't. I can tell. She's crossing her fingers.
Okay, so the last thing that I wanted to say is that we watched it on 35 millimeter film. We were talking. She never barks.
Wow.
She's like, I love seeing film on print.
I love film. It was shot on 35 millimeter.
Seeing it on film today. The Metrograph like promotion of these things was like, if you're old enough to buy beer, you probably, you know, used to see 35 millimeter or like at least just film in general, like more consistently. Like that's what was shown in theaters, and now that's just like not the case. I mean, of course, like they said that, so then I'm like kind of like mindful of it going into it. So seeing it on film today, I was like, wow, this is very different.
Yeah, you know? I like watching a movie on film. I know some people are like die hard about that. It's kind of like a certain kind of record collector, which I don't totally understand, because like I'll hear like film fans being like, you can see all the scratches. And I'm like, that's actually the bad part. But that is the side effect of like, but no, you get to see this like physical media sort of thing. Also, there was almost no alternative. And so like it was made for film. I saw a restoration of Alice in Wonderland recently where they digitally cleaned it up. So it took out the scratches, fine. But then they kind of upped the contrast so they could get the colors brighter. And then you could see all the shadows that the animation cells would cast on the background art. And I was like, oh, well, that wasn't really their intention. Like they were intentionally hiding those. So like, Yeah, so it was kind of cool. As a huge dork, I could see a few cell shadows in 101 Dalmatians, but barely any. Like,
I didn't notice that really.
I mean, I was going on and on just a moment ago about how perfectly married the whole visual was.
Yeah.
I think the film was useful for that. You know, my friend Steve Gallant had some insight on that also, because he's mostly like a special effects and like composite person. He was saying like, in the digital age of animation, like, there is this compositing stage where you put like tons and tons of effects on these digital drawings. And he said, well, that's because we want it to look like it was made all together and it is messy like film was. Like, we've reverse engineered film through digital. I thought that was interesting.
That is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I think we had a fun viewing today.
Yeah. Yes.
And we encourage you sincerely to go and see it on July 26th. If you haven't seen it in a while, or maybe you've never seen 101 Dalmatians and you're in New York City.
Yeah.
It's a great movie. It's just a solid, good movie.
Yeah.
I have no notes.
People don't talk about it enough as just like a good movie.
Yeah.
And Metrograph is great. Something interesting happened while we were watching it. You were probably so engrossed in the movie that you didn't even notice I like got up and used the restroom.
No, you didn't. Stop.
I did. I was in a big hurry. She was like really engrossed. You'll notice throughout our conversation, like there was one scene that I like refused to talk about. It's because I missed it. And but yeah, I was rushing through the restroom. I was at the urinal. And I was next to this guy, and like this guy, I was in a hurry, but like this guy looked so familiar to me. I was like, I'm sorry, man. Like, do I know you? And he's like, I don't know. Like, my name's Anthony. And I was like, oh, of course, Anthony Kiedis. We met like a year ago, and I asked you to send a message to India. And he's like, oh, Josh, yeah, it's good to see you. Like, is India here? And I was like, yeah, you should talk to her. And he's like, I'm shy. I was in a big hurry. It was so cool to see, like, Anthony Kiedis from the Red Hot Chili Peppers was there.
Yeah.
And
was he watching 101 Dalmatians?
Well, it's so interesting you asked that, because I asked him... So, like, I need to get back to my movie real quick, but, like, what are you here seeing? And what he said to me, I'll never forget.
Oh, God.
Roger entertains his dog named Punko with crooning vocalizations. Anita took Perdita on her daily perambulations. They fell in love and then there was a... lot of copulation.
Oh, God.
I mean, that's Anthony. He like loves talking about that stuff.
He does. He does. I'm starting to believe this story, actually.
Cruella lives in a warehouse with two guys to do her bidding. Seems more trouble than it's worth, but they gotta make a living. Wants a fur coat. Fluffy spotted coat. 101 Dalmatians. 101 Dalmatians. So yeah, he was there to see the same movie as us.
And he conveyed all of that to you at the urinal.
Yeah. I told you I really had to go.
Wow.
Yeah, can you believe it?
I can't.
I guess that's kind of the last thought I had.
Okay. I can't believe how many times you've met him.
I know, and I'm not a huge fan.
I'm the fan.
Yeah.
And I haven't gotten to meet him. And he says he's too shy to meet me.
Well, I mean, you're kind of this larger-than-life personality. Like, you're the animator's friend, you know? Like... To Anthony Kiedis, like, that must be, like, big to hear, you know?
Yeah. I get it. for listening to this bonus today of The Animator's Friend. It's recorded and edited by me, India Lombardi-Bello. And thank you to Josh for joining me. And please check out his latest projects, City Island USA and Beach Buggy Adventures. Digital marketing assistance by Arnesh Kundu, music by Cloutmeyer, and special thanks to Kaila Hier for encouraging us to do this episode.